I thought it would be fun to talk about an old story. And I mean an old story that I covered multiple times several years ago. And that is the Mars 1 mission. Now, if you don't remember the Mars 1 mission, I don't blame you. But basically, it offered a one-way trip to Mars. That's what it did. It offered a one-way trip to Mars. They were going to repopulate Mars. And they asked people to sign up and pay, like, I think it was like $35 sign-up fee or something. It was a weird sign-up fee. But they've now declared themselves to be bankrupt. That's right. They've declared themselves to be bankrupt. We all knew this was probably going to happen. I liked the concept back in the day. I still like the concept of crowdfunding GTFO off of the planet Earth, you know. But apparently 200,000 people had applied overall, and they weren't able to make the money they needed to get the first rocket, because the first rocket was going to have, like, I believe it was 40 people. They were choosing 240 total out of the 200,000 applicants. It was going to be a one-way trip. They were going to 3D print everything. They were going to make that their reality, and it just fell through. It says here that they are officially dissolving the Mars 1 venture because it was made in Swiss court, saying, "We are currently working with the administrator and investor to find a solution moving forward. At this moment, this is all we can share. The bankruptcy, because that's what happened, affects the company's commercial arm, Mars 1 Ventures AG, but does not affect the nonprofit Mars 1 Foundation." Okay, so the nonprofit hasn't been touched. That's good. That's good. That's grand. That's awesome. They're totally able to do that. They're totally able to come back from that. They're totally able to continue on making a profit off of people who want to pay them the money to prep to leave planet Earth, because that's, you know, that's good. That's grand. That's great. This is one of the things where I look at a story like this, and even back then, I might have been so optimistic about it because I love the concept of leaving Earth and going to Mars. And the way that this particular process was going to happen, and this is like 6 years ago now, by the way, is when they started seeking applications in 2013, and they were going to launch a total of 24 people in groups of 4 every 2 years, starting in 2024. So, okay, I was wrong. Originally, it was slated at 40 people. Then they dropped it to 24, I guess. And each of the trips, each of the travels to Mars, the one-way travels to Mars, was going to be $6 billion. Now, keep in mind, they were charging people like $35 or something like that to apply, and 200,000 people did that. So that's a fair amount of money. That's a fair amount of money that they earned in order to figure out this colonization process. And what they wanted to do is they wanted to be able to use existing technology, which in 2013, they thought, you know, again, 3D printing was coming into play, solar paneling was coming into play. And by the time they were getting ready to go, by the time they were getting ready to leave, by the time they were getting ready to go and colonize another planet, that they would have enough technology to be able to start crafting bases and everything else on the other planet. And that was their desire. That was their plan. That was their goal. That's what they intended to do. And it ultimately just failed. But then again, even in 2013, it was basically dawned as a failure. But they kept going for another 5 years until they ultimately had to file for bankruptcy. But the nonprofit remains. I find that to be interesting. The nonprofit is still there. That's funny. That's pretty funny. But here's how they were going to pay for it, because this is actually something I didn't know. I thought they were going to like crowdfund it. You know, people like crowdfund $6 billion, like get the hell off Earth. I kind of figured it was going to be something done through, let's say, religious organizations. And I still kind of stand by that, to be honest with you. One of my tinfoil hat theories is that, like, when there's going to be a cult at some point in time that's going to be able to become popular enough to sit there and say the Earth is doomed, the Earth is over, we need to leave because, you know, localized space travel is now not being regulated by the government. You know, opening it up for like for like SpaceX and Virgin Space, whatever the hell it is that Richard Branson's doing, that some cult was going to sit there and raise the money, and it was going to then send people to another planet like Mars in order to colonize it. Kind of like the Pilgrims leaving the Church of England in the 1600s to travel to the New World. Like, it was going to be the new pilgrimage. And of course, I think at the time I argued that it might have been probably Muslims that would be doing it. That just feels like more accurate and anything else. Because, you know, if you look at like Saudi Arabia, they need money. They've got money. They could easily fund this sort of thing. But they were going to do this. They were going to make the money through selling the broadcasting rights and sponsorships. What the hell does that even mean? Were they going to turn this Mars One this situation into a reality TV show, where they were going to put up security cameras and just CCTV cameras all over the compound, all over the station, and we were going to be able to see what life was like living on Mars, and whether or not the struggles and hardships were going to impact the people in a way that would turn it into a grand ratings boost. I mean, that's a question, right? And that's actually something that I could see someone on like Fox doing. Oh, we need a new reality TV show. What are we going to do, guys? You want to send people to Mars? I mean, we could invest the money and make it all back, That's kind of what I think what they were going to do. And then sponsorships. I mean, yeah, welcome to Mars, brought to you by Sprite. It seems kind of weird, right? It seems a little bit on the weird side, but that, of course, is what they were tending to do back then. Nowadays, honestly, you've got Elon Musk talking a little bit about Mars colonization, nothing too serious, hinting at it here and there. And it's probably not even going to be anything that even gets realistically discussed for the next 15 to 20 years. Like what I'm more interested now is in low Earth orbit. I want to see what's going to happen with that. The concept of being able to fly from, let's say, Seattle to Tokyo in 2 hours is one of the theories that I've heard. And that to me sounds pretty freaking cool. Going up to the upper atmosphere, coasting along the curvature of the Earth and coming back down. That's the future of travel, but that's going to be a lot of damn money. A lot of damn money. And I don't make enough money here on YouTubes to do that. But if you guys want to help me get to that point, you can always become a channel member and help support the Get Matt to Space program. There we go. That's going to be that's squad goals for 2019. Hey, thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. Since you're here, why don't leave a comment? Let me know what you think about stuff. If you want to subscribe to the channel, you can do that as well. You check out any of these great, fantastic, amazing commentary tracks by me. That's right. I'm not egotistical or narcissistic at all. I'm just your average, everyday, normal YouTuber. Thanks for watching.